Okay. I think we are live now. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you feel incredible this beautiful morning. My name is Haziq Ali, and I am dedicated to helping you grow your business and grow yourself, and not necessarily in that order. So every Monday, we focus on mindset, which is really important because I believe you have to become more before you'll do more, before you'll have more, right? In any consistent way. Then on Tuesdays, we focus on sales because at the end of the day, you may not be in business, but everybody is in sales. Everybody needs to be working on their ability to influence because if not, you're living in a world where you're constantly just going to be influenced. And what kind of life is that when most people don't have much planned for you? On Wednesdays, we focus on marketing, right? Because it's all about building yourself into the attractive, magnetic source of information and value that makes this world a better place. But you need to be magnetic to the people that can best use your solutions, right? So that's marketing. Then Thursday, we focus on leadership. Tomorrow is Friday, so we focus on it's always free coaching Friday on Fridays. But today, once again, is Leadership Thursday. So we're going to talk real quick about 10 qualities that all top leaders share. I got this from Tony Robbins, who's like a famous business leader and whatnot. And I figured that this might be something cool for Leadership Thursday because, it's not going to be stuff that you've never heard before, most of it, but I think it's going to be a pretty cool reminder for you. So do me a favor and share this with another servant leader. Share this with somebody who's an entrepreneur in some way, somebody who's turning the invisible into the tangible. Share this with somebody, y'all. And rep your city, rep your city. I need to know who's in the house. Okay, then Tammy made it in this morning. What's up, lady? Okay. Digital Daryl's in the building. Let's go. K Nicole made it in. All right. My man Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Sharice made it in this morning. Yuli. Let's go, Yuli. Rich Risings. What's up, Willette? My man Mark Arnold is in the house. Yeah, let him know where you're from. Like K Nicole is repping South Cac. You gotta love it. Young Coco in the house. Okay. I mean, Naptown is up in here. Yeah. Let your her know. Shane. Let's go, Shane. I love that. Atlanta is in the house, of course. We just not had the Small Business Expo here in Atlanta yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Kim, I'm glad you made it in this morning. What's up, Nare? Yeah, man. Share this with another leader you know. Let them know where you are. Also, please like this thing, share it. We only grow through your support. We only grow through your love for your fellow entrepreneur. So let them know that we are in the house, y'all. And let's kind of get into this. So can I get everybody to start off with an affirmation, right? I want you to remind yourself of something real quick. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. I am a leader. Can somebody give me that? I am a leader. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. I am a leader. Let's go. I am a leader. And then give me a share. Share this on your timeline with somebody else after you give it up like that. I am a leader. Remind yourself of something real quick. Remind yourself of something real quick. I don't care if you're just a son. I don't care if you're just a daughter. I don't care if you're just a mother or just a father. You are a leader. I don't care if you're just a brother or a sister to somebody. You are a leader. I don't care if you're just a mid-level employee at a warehouse. You are a leader. See, leadership is way more about disposition than it is position. It's really more about your heart and how vital your heart is more than it is about how high your title is. You know what I'm saying? Extraordinary leaders have a mission to serve. Somebody say, I am a leader. I am a leader. Do you care about serving? I don't care if we're talking about serving others, but we're talking about serving a greater good. Do you care about serving, right? Do you know how to influence yourself so that you can push behind some big idea? Do you know how to influence others so that they'll push behind the big idea that changes the world? Influence. That's the core of leadership. How great is your influence, right? How great is your influence? Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. I am a leader. Let's go. I am a leader. Millionaire, only if you feel it. I am a leader. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. Let's get it. Let's get it. So since we're talking about leadership, it's a Leadership Thursday. The best leaders in the world happen to be the ones that start to share specific qualities. Like I say, Tony Robbins has been studying leadership, probably as long as John Maxwell or some of the other big dogs. You know what I mean? And these qualities that he put together, I thought were worthy of making it into your power book. If you don't have a dope power book, you could really use your Color Me Millionaire affirmations coloring book, vision board coloring book. You can get it from millionaireminded.com. But like the way it goes is you'll have a scene right there, but then you'll also have note pages. And if you play it right, your note pages can be full of all your notes from the morning classes. And then you'll flip through and literally have a power book where you're focusing on the vision, and then you're focusing on some of this mindset and the skill set that'll manifest it, right? But I think that these 10 qualities I'm going to give you this morning are exactly the kinds of things to focus on as you embark upon a new revolution in your life. I don't care if it's a New Year resolution. I don't care if it's just how you're going to change today. Because don't forget, if we transform ourselves just 0.5%, not 5%, but 0.5%, if we'll just improve something 0.5% every day, Monday through Friday, or if we 0.5% every week, right? If we do 0.5% a week, then that's 2% a month. That's 26% a year, right? That means that we've doubled our output or doubled our progress or doubled our income in 3 1/3 years, 3.5 years, something like that. I mean, do you got 3 years to invest into yourself? Do you have 3 years to invest in doubling your income? Do you have 3 years to invest in doubling your impact, doubling your progress? Because millionaire, great leaders are made, not born. Great leaders are made, not born. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. Let's go. Let's go. I am a leader. Give it to me. I am a leader. Let's go. Let's go. I am a leader. Yeah, glad you made it in, Samaya. Yeah, Kim. I am a leader. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. I am a servant leader. I like that, Valerie. I am a leader. Appreciate that, Shane. I am a leader. Let's go, Tan. I am a leader. Let's get it. Let's get it. I am a leader. Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, we was there. We had a ball too at the Small Business Expo. I am a leader. Let's go, Val. I am a leader, Sierra. Yeah, Chanel. I am a leader. Come on. Come on, let's get it. All right, then. So what are these 10 qualities? What are these 10 qualities that make somebody a better leader? Here's the first one, y'all. Write this down. And maybe you want to gauge yourself on each of these. Maybe you want to judge yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and you can't use the number 7. Can we all agree? Judge yourself from 1 to 10, and you can't use the number 7. Can we all agree? Somebody give it to me. No using the number 7. We all on the same page? All right, the first one to rank yourself on is extraordinary hunger. That's the first quality of an extraordinary leader. They have to have extraordinary hunger. Hunger overcomes fear. Hunger overcomes lack of information. Hunger, what I'm saying, is more important than intelligence. If you want a core characteristic of leaders with real impact, hunger. Hunger. I'm talking about, do you have an insatiable drive to be more, to do more, to share more, to create more, to serve more? Can you look in the mirror at somebody with extraordinary hunger? Huh? Extraordinary hunger. A lot of leaders get their hunger from filling a hole in their own life. Like many of you know, I started saying the affirmations when I was sleeping in my car. You know what I mean? And then as it started to transform my life, it became this thing like, yo, I bet if other people knew this, they'd be living a better life too. You got me? What about you? Is there a hole that you filled in your own life, or that you are hungry to fill in your own life? And you notice it fuels a greater hunger for you to serve. You find yourself serving something much bigger than yourself. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I'm saying extraordinary hunger, extraordinary hunger. I once heard it said, you haven't ever actually matured until you love something more than yourself. You haven't actually matured until you love something more than yourself, until you're willing to serve something bigger than yourself. You'll never be who you can be. You'll never be who you can be. Here's the second one, y'all. Here's the second one, y'all. Let me see those scores on hunger, you know. And if you don't want to share, you don't have to. But if you want to be held accountable, if you want to say it out loud, you know, so that you can address, because, you know, knowing is half the battle. Some would say knowing is more than half the battle. It's more like 80% of the battle. You know, there's a principle that says any problem that is clearly defined is already 80% solved. Peter Drucker used to say that, right? This management guru named Peter Drucker. He would say any problem clearly defined is already 80% solved. My own mentor, Mr. Les Brown, talks about that a lot as well. Check it out. Here's the second one I got for you. Compelling vision. Compelling vision. I can't tell you how many leaders I talk to that do not understand that part of their job is communicating the vision to their team. They leave it to somebody else to paint the vision. Somebody give it to me. I am a leader. If you're somebody that believes that, I am a leader, my question for you is, how do you communicate your vision? How often do you communicate the vision? And how compelling have you made the vision, right? Because a great leader is going to communicate a clear and compelling vision that unites people around it, right? I'm talking about something that captures the heart. I'm talking about something that captures the mind, the energy, all in service of something that goes way beyond themselves. Millionaires, what is your vision? Have you made it plain? You know, y'all remember JFK in one of his speeches, he's like, we choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. That's my Boston accent, hard. You know, but that's the vibes. That's the vibes. How many of you understand that at the end of the day, I was telling them this at the Small Business Expo yesterday, right? It's like, check it out, y'all. How many of you understand entrepreneurship is anxiety? Entrepreneurship is uncertainty. That's literally what it is. That's like, how many of us understand that? How many of us understand that if it were a sure thing, everybody would be doing it, and that means there's no opportunity there anymore, right? Check it out. What is your vision? What are you turning from invisible to tangible, right? What is your vision? And how often do you share it? Give yourself a score on that. Y'all with me? Y'all with me, or am I losing you? Y'all with me, or am I losing you? All right, here's the third one. Here's the third one. Here's the third one. Everybody with me? Here's the third one. Give yourself a score on that one. Give yourself a score on that one. If you're down for that, give yourself a score. You ain't got to be scared. You ain't got to be scared. I like it, Jazz. I like it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and I like the fact that you know, if different people are saying I don't share the vision enough. Wow. Check this out. Here's a third one. Effective and influential communication. Effective and influential communication. This is just a core quality of being a great leader. Maybe this is something you work on moving into this new season for your life, right? Maybe you decide to yourself, you know what? Today's the day. This is the sign I needed to work on my communication a little something. You know, there's passion to leadership, y'all. There's energy that's required for leadership. But to communicate effectively, you got to have the leadership quality of knowing what people think, what people want, what people fear, what people desire most. I understand that you are an expert on your subject. I'm humbly contending that you also may want to consider becoming an expert on your audience so that you're able to effectively and influentially, effectively and influentially. Oh, maybe that is the word. Effectively and influentially communicate. I don't know why that sounds so weird, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying? To influence another person, you got to know what's already influencing them. You might want to write that down. I need to know my audience, because if I'm going to influence somebody, I got to know, you got to think about it. Jesus met people where they were. You know what I mean? I gotta come down in it with you and hold your hand if I'm gonna pull you out. Huh? I gotta get up under you if I'm gonna lift you up. I gotta understand you. Some guys in kind of like the conscious community, they always say overstand. I think I get what they mean by that, right? But I'm saying you need to understand your people. You need to get up under them. You get me? You get me? To influence somebody else, you got to know what's already influencing them. Here's number four. You got to be a brilliant strategist. A brilliant strategist. Exceptional leaders are strategic thinkers, millionaires. They find the right strategies and they map them boys out. I'm talking about from where they are to where they want to be. How good is your strategy game? A couple of days ago, I gave you a dope set of 4 questions that maybe you want to consider using. Maybe it'll be helpful to your life. Here they are. Whenever you get done with an experience that you feel like maybe you could learn from, or you want to create some more power in your life, you can ask 4 questions. Somebody give them to me in the comments, please. What went right? Right? Like what went really well? What do we need to do more of? What did they respond really well to? What parts of it went smooth as butter? What parts did I freestyle that I now need to work into my normal routine? What went right? Here's the second question. What went wrong? Millionaires, you need strategy. You need strategy. You got to be able to recognize and acknowledge the pieces that need to get better if you're going to improve them. Simple thought, right? But how often do you do it? How often do you, when you leave that meeting with that prospect, or when you leave that meeting with that leader, or when you leave that meeting with, your son or daughter, huh? What went wrong? What parts could have been better? Where were my opportunities for improvement? Here's the third one. What's missing? What's missing? Man, we had the event, but next time we need name tags. We need name tags so everybody can introduce themselves. That's something. So we jot that down and now we got a better strategy. What's confusing? What's confusing? Because now that we've discovered this new task, we need to put somebody in charge of that new task. Who's supposed to do that? That was kind of confusing. So now we got, right? Now we're creating a better strategy. Somebody say, plan your work, work your plan. Give it to me like that. Plan your work, work your plan. And in that order, How often do you do that? Plan your work and work your plan. Somebody with me out there? Plan your work and work your plan. Let's go. Plan your work and work your plan. All right, here's number 5. Great leaders are authentic and congruent. Authentic and congruent. Check this out, millionaires. Nobody wants to buy from a perfect person. Nobody wants to buy from a perfect person. Is that worth you writing down? Nobody wants to buy from a perfect person. I don't know who I'm talking to in here, but sometimes what's missing is your authenticity. Some of y'all don't want to go live with me in the mornings when we're doing the Instagram videos and stuff, and we recap in the morning and we doing our affirmations. Some of y'all don't want to go live with me because you still got on your hair bonnet. Like, when you go live with a person, your followers see it too. And you don't want your followers to see you without makeup on or with a hair bonnet on, because you don't get. They also know what they look like without makeup and when they're wearing a hair bonnet. You get what I mean? And you're trying so hard to be perfect that you're forgetting to make progress. You waiting on perfection and skipping over improvement, right? I'm talking about authenticity. And then what is congruent? Congruent is simply when your words and your actions match. A lot of times, man, you're talking to somebody who could be a client and you need to lead them out the darkness. But the problem is you're using the body language and the tonality and the eye contact, these micro facial expressions that control what's going on, the tonality, et cetera, so forth, of somebody who's really thinking about their bills. You're using the tonality and the body language and the wording of somebody who really is just focused on, am I going to buy something or not? It don't feel authentic. It don't look and feel congruent. What's the best way to change it? You're like, dang, Hazik, I got to pay attention to my body language, my facial expressions. You telling me on top of all of that, I got to watch my tonality? Good grief. How am I supposed to control all of that? I'll tell you how, with better intentions, more pure intentions. I'm telling you how you change micro expressions in body language so that it all flows natural. Actually feel that way. Actually love them. Actually be there about them instead of yourself. Actually decide that once you become valuable, you'll become powerful. Actually focus on being irreplaceable in this person's life. And before you know it, it's all flowing. It's all natural. It's all organic. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to manipulate. It's naturally who you are. And once you be more, you're able to do more and you're able to have more. Am I making sense to somebody out there? How good are you at that? How good are you at being authentic? Don't you know every piece of yourself that you share gives us a chance to connect with you? You might be embarrassed of your stamp collection, or the fact that you used to read comic books, or the fact that you collect stones. But don't you know there's somebody in your audience that's like, oh, she's just like me. Or, oh, that's my dog. I didn't even know he was. I don't care if it's your favorite team. I don't care if it's your favorite hobby. I don't care if it's this pet peeve. It's like a favorite thing that annoys you. Your favorite thing to talk about that annoys you, your pet peeve. It might be your pet peeve. I'm talking authenticity. Am I making sense to somebody out there? All right, here's number 6. This is a doozy, y'all. This is a doozy. This is a doozy. Oh, man, I hope I ain't lose you because this is a doozy right here. You ready? Millionaires. If you're going to be a leader, you got to have absolute certainty. You got to have absolute certainty. I'm talking about extraordinary leaders bring certainty to uncertain environments. Why? Because first they create certainty within themselves. First, they create this absolute conviction. And that's what you hear in their compelling vision, right? It becomes this core belief, right? And then everybody else is like, well, there's no way that he'd be going this hard if this wasn't a real thing. You see what I mean? Meanwhile, the leader's like that duck looking all calm underwater, but the feet are just going crazy, right? Absolute certainty is what you're projecting. And absolute certainty is what you want to feel. But even if you don't feel it, you better project it. You better faith it until you make it. Somebody give it to me. Faith it. They'd be like, fake it until you make it. I'm saying faith it until you make it. You need absolute certainty. And until you get there, because everybody says, oh, I believe or I don't believe. Like, do you believe? Yeah, but it's not a binary thing. It's a continuum. It's how much do you believe? How much do you believe? How certain are you? You got me? Absolute certainty is what let Jesus walk on water. Absolute certainty is what let Peter do it right after that. All right, here's number 7. Here's number 7. Committed yet flexible. Committed yet flexible. That's a quality of a great leader. I once heard John Maxwell say the 2 most important words in leadership are creativity. There's always a way to do it. And flexibility. There's always more than one way to do it. The best leaders in life are going to succeed because they're persistent, but they're also flexible. You hear me? Yeah. This is the goal, but I ain't really tripping so hard about how we get there. That's the flexibility. We're going to be dedicated and committed and in covenant partnership with the outcome, but we're going to be flexible in the approach. You got me? If one strategy fails, we're going to change our approach until we find the one that works. Here's number 8. Courage and faith. You've heard me talk about this over and over. Courage and faith. Millionaires, fear is just imagination undirected. Somebody give me that. Fear is just imagination undirected. And then share this with an entrepreneur. Fear is just imagination that you're letting run wild, right? Faith, on the other hand, is imagination directed towards a greater good. Faith, on the other hand, is imagination directed at something bigger, something better, something stronger, something faster, something brand new that's going to change everything. And faith produces courage, because courage is when you're afraid, but you have faith to take action anyway. How strong is your courage? How deep is your faith? I dare you look at that, millionaire. Here's number 9, the ability to connect and break patterns. That's huge. You know, whenever you see progress halt, the ability to break patterns is crucial, millionaires. Tony Robbins once interviewed Mikhail Gorbachev, you know, that cat with the big birthmark on his head. And it was like the Cold War was ending. And it was this wild thing where he was like, you know, when they were going back and forth, Gorbachev and our president at the time, Ronald Reagan, they were stuck in this pattern of demonizing each other. Then at one point, Ronald Reagan walked up, you know, he stood up, walked away, and then came back with a big smile. He said, "Hey, my name's Ron. Can I call you Mikhail?" Right? It broke their pattern. Gorbachev laughed. Now they connected. Boom. Now we're making progress on ending a war. How about you, millionaire? Where's your ability to connect? Right? What's your ability like when we talking about being able to break patterns? You see it's all going wrong. What do you do next? Here's the last one I got for you. This is a big one. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Here's number 10. Unreasonable expectations and standards. Unreasonable expectations and standards. This is a big deal. Unreasonable. You know, one of my favorite comedians, this cat named Bill Burr, he talks about how Steve Jobs and people like that are way overrated, because he's like, you know, put all the information in the world, you know, in this little box, and then get back to me stat. You know, and he has a joke where they're all looking around like, what? You know, I'm sure Steve Jobs did way more than that. But there is an ongoing legend about Steve Jobs and this reality distortion field that he would walk around covered in. A reality distortion field where he's just like, yo, this is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And everybody else is like, that'll never happen. And then it freaking happens. And I'm talking about a week early. But see, this is the thing. A strong leader has higher expectations for themselves than anybody could reasonably expect, right? A strong leader, they're looking at him like, why are you going so hard? Like, what's up? But millionaires, we all get what we tolerate. And great leaders tolerate unreasonable expectations. This is what fuels them. This is what pushes them to success. And then this is what also inspires other people to raise their standards, because they start looking at you like, dang, if she can do it, I'm tripping. Dang, if he can do it, I'm tripping. You know, Sister Tia Bay was on one of our mentorship calls, and she started sharing with everybody how she can't see out one eye, and then she's legally blind in the other one. And the lady has the spirit of a tiger. It makes other people look at themselves like, what am I doing? Shouts out to Sister Bay. I hope you guys understand. Leadership is the answer to every solution in our society, right? I hope you understand. You've got to be more if you're going to do more, if you're going to have more. You know, Gandhi would tell this story of a mother who had traveled from way far away for his advice on how to make her son quit eating sugar. So she's frustrated as heck and all of that. And in a nutshell, Gandhi just says, hey, you know, come back in 3 weeks, right? So the lady comes back in 3 weeks, and then Gandhi tells her son, don't eat sugar. And then she's like, yo, you made me go all the way back home and then come back. You could have said that the first time. She's like, why didn't you tell me then? He was like, because 3 weeks ago, I was eating sugar. That's leadership. That's that quality of leadership, holding yourself to the standard. So all I'm saying is that this is something that's forged. It's something that's created. I hope this was helpful for you. We're going to take it over here to Instagram and do our affirmations. Was this helpful, y'all? Did y'all get something out of this? Are you finding something in this that helps you understand, like, yo, you know what? I got some things I can work on in my leadership now. Anybody feel that way? I hope so, man. If you feel that way, then we did good. We did good. Now we're going to take it over here to Instagram. You can follow me, Mr. Haziq Ali. We're going to do our affirmations this morning. See how y'all feel about that. I love you. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. Let's grow.